my name is Anya Dillard, and this is my model review of Lancome's Advanced Genifique Serum. There's a lot that I really loved about this product, so let's get into it. Even from just going off of the outside and the component, I really enjoyed the dropper because oftentimes when you have squeeze droppers or rubber pipettes, it can get super messy when you're applying the product in your actual bathroom. So this mechanism used in Lancome's component really helps to minimize that mess when you are applying it, and it just makes for a really great experience in hand. So I really did love that about it, and the bottle is beautiful. Some skin concerns I had going into trying this product had a lot to do with hyperpigmentation, dryness, and dark spots. As you can see, a lot of the areas that I usually have trouble with are right here and right here in my T-zone, but mostly my forehead and my inner cheek area, as well as the sides of my face. And I had a lot of dark spots going into me trying this product, so I was really curious to see how those spots would change over the course of me using it, and boy did they. This leads me to all the things that I really love about this product. For one, the smell is not overwhelming. For a lot of skincare, especially with serums, there's usually a lot of added fragrance that can also irritate the skin, so I'm always really sensitive about skincare products that have a strong smell or aroma, and this serum really didn't have that. It had a very clean, minimal skincare kind of smell, and every time I applied it, I barely ever noticed it. It never bothered me. The serum itself never irritated my skin. I experienced no redness, no itchiness, no burning, tingling, none of that. Every time I applied, it felt smooth, it felt cooling, it felt just really nice on the face and on the skin, and it dried down really well. So it wasn't like it dried down and made my skin feel tight, but it also didn't just feel like it evaporated. There was a sense of firmness and a really nice finished and clean feeling that my skin had every time I used it, which I really like. Speaking of drying down, I really also like that it wasn't sticky, because I've had a lot of experiences with serums that tend to dry down tacky, and that's mostly because they may be intended for people who are going to apply makeup on top of their serums or on top of their skincare. But as someone that really doesn't wear face makeup often, if at all, I really love serums that just dry down nicely on the skin and just present a great base for your moisturizer. Speaking of moisturizers, I was really concerned with whether or not the serum would combine well with the moisturizer that I use, which is a moisturizer from Good Molecules, and it made the perfect combination. I never experienced any clumping, any streakiness. The products seemed to be a perfect match for one another, so I think that that's also super great. Most of the skincare products I use have very simple ingredients lists and only keep it down to the basics, what your skin needs. None of the fuzz or frilly stuff. And I think this serum does exactly that. It keeps it very simple and infuses your skin with what it really needs to stay plump, to stay hydrated, and to stay refined in texture. So I think that's one of the reasons why it meshed so well with my skincare routine. I used Lancome serum for a little over a week and a half, and some of the things that I noticed in my skin was the texture, especially in those dry and really porous areas, absolutely improved. As you can see, I had dark spots in these areas of my cheeks. The spots that you're seeing now were 3 times more visible a week and a half ago, and the dryness that I would experience in these middle areas has reduced drastically. Every time that I do my skincare routine now, I no longer have to go over patches of flakiness or skin that's like begging to break free of my face. It feels like very intact, very smooth, very soft. And even with my skincare routine being done in the morning, I come home from work and from school and I can touch my face and I feel like the day hasn't stripped my skin of all the nutrients the serum gave me in the morning. So it really has a really great hold and doesn't just evaporate off the skin. It really does seep in and nourish throughout the day, so that when you come home, even after going through, you know, the wind and the pollution and all of the things that our skin interfaces with on a daily basis, you still have this youthful glow. Your skin still feels nourished and healthy and moisturized, and I really like that. I also just felt like it minimized the appearance of my pores, even in those super dry areas that often show a lot of texture, which is something that I hope that after continued use, it keeps amplifying, because that poreless effect and that natural glow is really essential for people like me who don't wear a lot of makeup every day, and for people who really do take care of those textured parts of their skin and try to minimize any irritation or unwanted texture in those areas. Some things I'd hope to see with continued use of this product are definitely a minimizing of texture in other places besides my T-zone, like this forehead part. I didn't experience a lot of change up here besides a lack of oiliness. I usually get very oily around my hairline because I have natural hair, and taking care of natural hair takes a lot of oily products. But I did notice that my scalp felt way less oily throughout the day. This part of my hairline here usually breaks out a lot, but it becomes skin congestion and these really painful big bumps. So I had some of those before I started using the serum, and as I used more of the serum each day, every morning and night, the bumps that would never rise to the surface definitely did and expelled themselves. There's one right here that was giving me trouble prior to using the serum, but after I've used it, it's coming to the surface and will soon be gone, which is great. So I think that this is definitely a yay for me, and I'm super excited to see what impact it'll have on my skin after using it for 2 weeks, a month, a couple months. I'm sure it'll have a really great impact. And overall, as you can see, the testing process has been a success. So I give this serum a most definite 9 out of 10, only because I know that if I stick to it long enough, it could do so much for my skin. So I'm really interested to see how that will go. But absolutely great, beautiful, love it. I'm excited to see the results via here and to work with you all. So thank you so much for listening, and have a great rest of your day or night.